Hello and good afternoon everyone. You're watching Googly Goals powered by Googly Mania. I am your host Rashika and today I have with me our football expert Yuri. Before discussing the upcoming matches, let's have a quick review of the last night's matches of Iran versus Portugal and Spain versus Morocco. I'm sure our expert Yuri would agree that Iran fought valiantly and deserved the goal. But VAR is a questionable facility this time, especially for the penalty given to Iran and Ronaldo's yellow card, right?
Yeah.
Portugal played poorly and needs to improve a lot against Uruguay in the knockout, whereas Iran lacked quality players up front. Morocco, on the other hand, was very unlucky with the second Spanish goal, and Diego Costa of Spain was mostly inefficient and the team lacked intent in the penalty box. Morocco definitely showed glimpses of their style of football and surely deserved to go in the knockouts. Well, having said that, now let's discuss the preview of the matches of Peru versus Australia and France versus Denmark. Well, Yuri, we all know that to qualify for the next round, Australia needs to win against Peru with a bigger margin. So what should be their approach for the game today?
So basically, if you have seen, like Australia now have two chances to go through the knockout stage. I mean, if they win this match against Peru, then that is their one chance. Not only that, they have to hope that Denmark lose to France. Whereas Peru are already out of the knockout stage. They are not qualifying to the group 16, even if they play today valiantly. But yes, I'm sure Peru is going to be quite valiant today. This is because, you have seen the Peruvian fans. They have come such a long distance. They have waited for more than 3 decades to see their team in the World Cup. And now you're having them right there. And I really have to admire how they have played throughout this World Cup. They have got 27 shots. That is something you cannot ignore. So it's their unluckiness if I say that they haven't got a single goal out of the 27 shots. And you have to say that they have a very strong attack as well as defense. So if Peru need to win today's match, they have got to be in a very attacking stance. Now, if you have seen Australia's gameplay through the previous matches, then you must have seen that they have played a very strong defense. So Peru is going to have a hard time to crack through that defense. Also, Peru have nothing to lose today. I mean, they can bring in every player they have to bring out a strong team. Whereas Australia, they have a risk. If they want to qualify, they need to bench their good players who have got yellow cards in the matches before, so that if they qualify, then they can play them in the group of 16, which is obviously where they need to play the key players. So if I say that Peru is going to win today's match, I think they are going to do it with all their confidence tonight.
Well, like Yuri, like you said, that Peru, their dream for World Cup 2018 is already over, and Peru is already out of the World Cup with back-to-back losses against France and Denmark, right? So what went wrong with the South American team here?
If you have noticed their matches, their gameplay in the previous matches, you must have seen that Peru have been very, very attacking and very energetic in the first half. Whereas when they come out in the second half, they do not have much control over the ball. Like in their past matches against Denmark, you must have seen that they were so valiant in the first half. If you have seen the match against France, their previous match was against France, if I'm not wrong, they were so beautiful in the first half. In fact, people were expecting a goal from them in the first half, and they didn't get that. It is very unfair, but they were so energetic. There were no miss passes. They were going through the France defense as if it was nothing. And when you suddenly see them in the second half, when they came out, they laid out so many vacant spaces through the combination. If you have seen Paul Pogba's strike in the last match, he just cut through the spaces that was given to him by the Peruvian people. So if I want to say that what went wrong exactly with them, I would say that their gameplay in the second half and their less energy and their in-gameplay inconsistency as well as indiscipline. They didn't maintain the combination they maintained in the first half. If they would have, I'm sure that even if they wouldn't have scored a goal, France wouldn't have scored a goal through that strong defense. And also, if you have seen their combination in the second half, they have split it up against, and the French attackers had a very easy way through that spaces. So if Peru needs to win today, I think they should be consistent in the first as well as second half together.
Okay, so stay tuned, our viewers. We'll be back after a short break.
जिक्र जब भी जीएसटी की होती है तो नजरें ढूंढती हैं जीएसटी दोस्त विकास धनानिया को।
नमस्कार विकास जी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आने के लिए।
विकास धनानिया बात करते हैं पूरी जिम्मेदारी के साथ
कि यहाँ पर गुड्स को रिसीव्ड नहीं किया गया है। हाँ, लेकिन तब आपको ये प्रूफ करना पड़ेगा कि भाई हमने तो हैंड रिक्शा से मंगा लिया है।
आम आदमी जीएसटी को जानना चाहता है, लिहाजा सवालों का अंबार है। इन्हीं सवालों को समेटते हैं हमारे होस्ट राकेश। हर ट्यूसडे और फ्राइडे रात 8 बजे होस्ट राकेश और दोस्त विकास धनानिया हो जाते हैं आमने सामने, सिर्फ आपके लिए जियो बांग्ला पर। देखिए जीएसटी की बात दोस्त के साथ जियो बांग्ला पर।
Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Googly Goals, brought to you by Googly Mania. So Yuri, as we were discussing, what do you think that what sort of changes in the team and formation Australia needs to incorporate for a win today?
Well, if you have seen Australia's gameplay, they do not have a very strong team if you compare them to the favorites. So, but again, Australia had to scrape through in their previous matches. They didn't give a very impressive win or victory. They just scraped through to go to this position. So, if you're talking about the players that Australia needs to play today, I would suggest that Tim Cahill should play today. But the problem is, as I have been reading the reports, the coach doesn't want him to play because he feels that Cahill is very inexperienced. In my viewpoint, Cahill is not a very cheap player. He is a very experienced player, and as you have seen in the World Cup matches, he has created 4 chances in 38 minutes, which is nearly 1 chance every 9 minutes, which is not a statistics that you can ignore. Yeah. Also, you have a lot of other players. Australia has a very strong attacking system. So if they play a combination today of scoring a single goal in the first half and then going into complete defense, I think Peru would have a hard time, because as you know that Peru do not have much attacking strength. They rely much on the defense, and if Australia builds up that in the second half, Peru won't go through against them.
Well, Yuri, given your expertise and views on the match, what do you think should be the score prediction of today's match?
Well, you see, if I keep in mind today, like yesterday's match, then you see the teams have played very valiantly. Even though they were out of the knockout stage, they still stuck to what they have to do for. So if I think there might be a draw of 2-2, because Peru needs to fight for its fans, whereas Australia needs to fight for its survival to go into the group 16. Or Australia might even go into a 2-1 score, because Peru might not have that much of determination to win it, because they're already out of the knockout stage.
Very well, Yuri. Now let's see if that happens or not. But for now, that's all for the match of Peru versus Australia. And let's have a preview of the match of France versus Denmark. So Yuri, tell me that Denmark either needs to win or have a draw for today's match for qualifying to the next round. So how should the Denmark coach strategize the team combination?
You see, if you look at the Group C tally table, France is at the top, having 6 points, if I'm not wrong, whereas Denmark is lagging just 2 points behind France. So a point against France would mean Denmark would qualify, and if France get a point against Denmark, then it would mean that they will just relocate their position as the table toppers. Now, if in case Denmark gets 3 goals against France, that is, if they just get a 3 tally goal against France, then they will be top in the table, which is quite a great feat. Now, Denmark is moving towards a historical stance tonight, because, you know, if they qualify today for the round of 16, it would mean that they are qualifying for the first time to the round of 16 since 2002. So Denmark would try very hard, because 1 point is not very hard to get, and we both know that both Denmark and France have been really good this time. If in my views, I think this has been Denmark's best World Cup performance till now. Like, they have so valiantly played with draws, with goals, and it is not easy to get the second position. Since 2002, they have come across such a long way.
Yeah. Well, France already reached the knockout round with 2 wins. Are they going to give chances to some of their reserve team players for today's match?
You see, if we are sure that France are going to the knockout stage, in spite, like, even if they lose today, even if they win today, it doesn't matter to them. So, and now, if you look at the round of 16, it is one of the main things in the World Cup. And if you look at France's team players, most of them have got yellow cards, and 3 main players, including Paul Pogba, they have got yellow cards. And as far as I have heard, that the French coach is trying to make them sit down for this match, because, you know, this is the only time when they will be getting reserve players to be sat there, because they need to get their key players playing in the round of 16. Even if they don't let them play in this match, it won't cost them anything. So I think that they are going to put in some of their key players benched, while they are going to bring out some new players tonight, because, you know, they just need to play today, that's it.
Exactly. So, Yuri, we both know that France and Denmark, both the teams are very strong. So, what, according to you, are specifically their strengths and weaknesses for both the teams?
I think both France and Denmark have a very strong defense, but they do not have a very strong attack. If you see, like, if you see France's gameplay in the previous matches, they have just taken the opportunities from the opponent's team to graze through. They haven't yet created any chances by themselves, whereas Denmark has been relying a lot on penalties. So if both the teams play defensive together, that wouldn't be an option today, especially for Denmark if they have got to qualify, because, you know, already Australia is expecting from Denmark that they need them to lose from France, and they are not going to give Australia that advantage. So obviously, I think both of them need to work on their attacking skills together in tonight's match, if they want to get through the group stage to the round of 16, obviously.
So, Yuri, I once again need to ask you this, because you're such an expert in the arena of football, that what is your score prediction for today's match?
I think it might be a 2-1. Like, I think that Denmark might go for 2 goals, because they are determined today to win. They have to win if they have got to go through to the round of 16. France, on the other hand, they are not that much in today's game, because they don't need to win or lose. Even a draw will not matter to them. So yes, I think 2-1 prediction will be a quite option to both of the teams.
Well, thank you, Yuri. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching us, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube page and also our Facebook page. Thank you.